Hi, Pep. Rayan Cherki is an interesting character. The last game he put on Ekitike's shirt, only for a second, but he did do it. He can sometimes be a little bit, we say in English, showboating, messing around, but also he's an unbelievable player. What's your view about him generally? I mean, do you care about some of the sort of maverick stuff that he does?
I think he's a little bit free soul. You have to understand, every player is completely different. You have to give them a little bit this kind of... I'm really surprised. So he's one of the most unbelievable talent players I ever seen. It just, you know, it just in the future, hopefully he can stay for longer because have the attributes to be in a top teams players. It's the attribute that has difficult to find. Is the same with Berlin, difficult moments, in a lot of pressure, like a friendly game. So it doesn't matter, and that is so difficult to find. It's the most, I think, as a manager, when sport directors, the biggest attribute I would like to find in the players, like a team sign. It's just when they have a lot of time here, how will be his behavior to stay humble enough to stay work for the team and okay, this is my role, I'm going to do for the team. But the impact in the first season in the Premier League, in terms of assists, goals, and his, you know, being angry, don't play because I want to help, and these kind of things surprise me a lot. I'm really incredibly pleased for the first season here in the Premier League, in many new players and many good things, new things, being the way he played. Because he played good in the beginning, but when he played in the beginning or during the season 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, his impact on these 50, 20 minutes all have been massive. Always create something, always give something. But he's not a guy, he's a little bit, you know, shirt for Liverpool, so he's unconscious to do it, and you have to understand it. Everyone is everyone, and a little bit you have to leave them express themselves always who they are.
Your teams tend to have one flair player, let's say De Bruyne, David Silva, going back to Barcelona. I could go on. So do you think Cherki has the potential to maybe be that next player for you?
Yeah, I have the ability and quality in the final third. That's why I always say the men sometimes go to ask the ball to the keeper. I said, no, I don't want you. I want you there, you know, because in the final third always have something that I like them a lot with attacking players, like how they play with the rhythms. So accelerate, decelerate, immediately attack and have to stop, and everybody stop and have to accelerate again. These players have this ability to play with the rhythms for the opponents. They have the vision to extra pass. That for me define the best. One guy can be incredible fast, but if he doesn't know to stop and accelerate again, never will be a top player. Jeremy as well. Jeremy go and stop, and stop. That players are really good. And Cherki, that is extraordinary, but really extraordinary, because he's accelerate, stop, all the defenders stop, and after had the ability to make a pass and assist and shoot. And that's why we need him close to the final third, to his talent, you know, help us to assists, to shoots, to goals, because it's his biggest strength.
Hi Pep, we didn't see you after the Liverpool game, but how pleased were you to see Erling scoring again and looking like his old self again?
A lot.
He was given
so important for us, Erling. So until November, I would say, and in November, his goal scores was, how has that been? He's a machine. So I like especially the second one. They make a movement. Of course, the space between Konate and Van Dijk was big, but they make a movement to the first post, to the near post. So yeah, really good.
He was given a week off by Norway after the Carabao Cup final. Did you think he needed that sort of break to reset for these last few weeks and the World Cup?
No, everyone needs a reset, but sometimes with the reset, they have not been like that. So it's always in the mindset, in the, you know, how positive you are. So that is a different, the big players. That's how we immediately forget the bad shot. No, Masters today is on a sky, and now it's like that. All the big players is make a bogey, forget it. Next shot is perfect. That defines the biggest athletes in all the sports. And I think will be a good lesson. Every season, Erling will be better and better, I'm pretty sure.
James. Pep, you've got this like extraordinary record in the Premier League from like about mid-February onwards, like you won something like 102 of your 129 games. You've only lost like 12 in this period. You really come alive. You've overhauled Arsenal sort of twice before. Do you think that you're the last team that they would want chasing them? Like you've overhauled them before. Everyone knows just how strong you are in these final months.
I don't know what's going to happen. The gap is big, so you cannot deny. So 9 points, one game in hand, but you have to win this game in hand. So distance is big. I think Nottingham, Forest, and West Ham punishes a lot to don't be. Maybe we can do it again. So the business is big, you know. Arsenal, I'm not saying now because I say now, not before the game against Arsenal next week. So beat Arsenal once is, imagine twice, and look again. So in Champions League didn't lose one game. Won all and draw one. So arguably the numbers and the way this consistent, solid, and everything, all the details is top. So I don't know. I think it's happened because the results that you said in the last years and since February is because the winter here is so tough. When the sun is springtime, I don't know, our souls rise and we feel better, and that's why we win games. So that is the reason why this season we are not good, because the weather is not good.
I mean, like you talk though, like about, you've talked a lot in the past about Real Madrid and the weight of history in the Champions League and being the kings of the competition. The reality in the Premier League over the last 8 or 9 seasons is that's what City have, this weight of history, this aura about you. That has got to count for something. It's got to play on the minds of opponents.
We show it. Yeah, I completely agree. Because now we are not 7 in the Premier League or 8 in the Premier League, so we are second fighting. So it's not a bad season. Bad season was the last one, but this season when you compete until the end, and we are having again 18 in a row semi-finals. Arsenal is top team, but Arsenal didn't get the semi-finals this season. It's so difficult. We had 8 in a row. That is that team in the Premier League season. When we started win the first Premier League, we had 6 in 8 years in this. Of course, in the Champions League, the English teams except Arsenal, we are not been well in the knockout stages, because I have an opinion completely that Champions League is completely different. We saw they involve in many decisions for the referees in these competitions. Oh my God. Making in, making out, and I have a vast experience of that. But
so is your aura a weapon?
No. The aura is when you start on Sunday at 4:30, I think so. The referee behave like you have to behave. The aura don't make you if you wins, they make results. But most of the players, not now, but in recent past, it's just, okay, we have done it many times, we can do it again, and know exactly the 10, 15, 20 games left, okay, you have to win every single game, and we have done it in the past, so we can do it, or maybe we know exactly what you have to do to win it. But that doesn't define a season in the Premier League. The season in the Premier League, 11 months. In the 11 months, there are a lot of games that we were good, but not good enough to win the games. Like in the past, always we find a way to win the games, playing really, really bad, but we had the win to win games. And this season we didn't find. So in terms of points, it's not comparing the seasons with Jurgen on Liverpool 90 or Arsenal 90, 89, 80, I don't know. This season we have not been the best, but I think I give the opinion like it's a lot of new things, a lot of new players, and this time give a lot of the players and personalities that had in the past, that right now we are building of that in the future. We will be ready to be closer in the terms to, or at least continue to fight for the Premier Leagues.
Pep, if you are to win the title, you're almost certainly going to have to beat Arsenal next week. The fact that you are playing them, does that help you for this weekend? Because it is just one game where you have to win to put yourselves in that position where you can try and
we don't have to make... Listen, I'm not to confess something special to the fact that what do you have to do to be until the last games of the season, Aston Villa's or Brentford before, or Crystal Palace to try to fight for the league. So talking about Arsenal, if you don't win in Stamford Bridge, that's just easy to place to go. Maybe don't need to make the press conference before Arsenal because it will be over. So everybody knows it. So you know it, I know it, the players know it, everybody knows it, England knows it. So There's how many games left? You have to win all of them, all. So not, one draw. No, forget about it. So 9 points is a lot of points against Arsenal. So, but we win there. We win Arsenal at home, and that, of course, always you live the illusion that, you know, the wish always is there to try to do it. But the reality, I'm not naive to say, it's going to happen. So with West Ham and Nottingham, we play to win both games, and we have points. Of course, we have a chance because it was in our hands. It was Arsenal have to come here, but it's what it is. So at the end, it's fair enough. Premier League, always I said, is the most difficult competition. For me, the most, I don't know, prestigious, it doesn't matter. It's the most difficult because it's 11 months, 38 fixtures, everything happen, many things. And that's why I give a lot of credit. So when we won, or the opponents won the titles.
Last two, Rob and Guillaume. Thank you.
Hi, Pep. You said a couple of weeks ago that you felt that this team was very close to reaching a top level, being a top team. And since then, you've had two big results, Arsenal and Liverpool. And not only that, the performances in those games, I think, felt was like a top level performance from a top team. Do you think in the last couple of weeks something has changed? Has something clicked? Have they made a step up as a group?
Should be sure. The click should be done earlier, right? To have more chances. Yeah, sometimes it's later. It's what it is. I said, man, the more that we are able to do it, we are able to do it. But to win the title, you have to do it every single 3 days. And the team still was not during the season. But still we are there. We have a semi-final FA Cup ahead of us to reach a final FA Cup and Premier League. Until it's over, it's not over. So we have to go there to our performance. But you know, we prove even in October, in early moments, games like, wow. But after that, we drop. We are not like being stable like Arsenal had proven this season for many reasons. So, yeah, but it's a good lesson, and for the next season, we'll be better.
Thank you.
With the man marking and the compact defending, the free man is getting harder and harder to find. So how much of a challenge that has been for you in recent times, and what have you done to try to find it or do something about it?
You have to play more direct, a little bit more. The connection from the keeper for the people up front has to be better. Always when I pass the ball to the front row, it's easier than I had to buy for the back seat. So because it's safer this pass than this pass, so that you lose more passes there than here. But despite of that, even when man marking, you can do it. You can play and use the pockets and use the positions. You can do it. You make one process good. That is not easy to do it, but if you do it well, you can do it. And after that, it can be more dangerous for the man-marking teams. It can be more dangerous, and we prove it. We prove it in several games here in this season against man-marking teams. That when we do one specific concept, every system has his weaknesses. Deep block, man-marking, 5-4-3, always. If you make the proper movements, always you can do it. But I admit, when it's all the time man-marking, you have to use the other option, that is long balls. And if you win that ball, always you can run and you can create a problems for the opponent.
Thank you, everyone.
Done? Thank you.